For the past 12 years, the FBI Youth Academy has afforded students a unique opportunity to engage with FBI agents and various members of law enforcement. Throughout 1 week, students participate in a wide array of programs that not only prove to be informative, but also offer real-world applications. Programs range from classroom lectures given by specialists to hands-on activities meant to foster teamwork and critical thinking among students.
So what led to the development of this initiative was that Citizens Academy program. I recall very vividly one of the individuals that graduated from that first program, Ms. Rita Scott, had approached me after graduation and said, hey, is there an opportunity for us to recreate or replicate the Citizens Academy program for high school students? It's an excellent way of engaging youth and having that conversations about law enforcement and what we do. And so through that initial conversation with Rita Scott, we continued to talk about what we envisioned for this Summer Youth Academy, and we just developed it. We made it, we had it as a scaled down version of our Citizens Academy program. We wanted it to be student friendly. We wanted it to have activities where there was some interaction, where there was some hands-on things for the kids to enjoy. And so that's really how it all came about.
The Citizens Academy Board of Directors picked the Summer Youth Program as one of their main projects. They do a lot of work, good work within the community. From a reading program to various charities events every year, but this was one of their top programs where we wanted to reach out to young students in high school to introduce them to the law enforcement community and also to introduce them to the FBI, to explain to them what we do and also to perhaps encourage them to pursue a law enforcement career, if not with the FBI, maybe another federal agency or state or local agency as well.
What are we trying to do is we're trying to do, if you look from a teaching perspective, the Youth Academy is the center. And then if you web it out to what the values are, use the acronyms of the FBI, okay? Federal Bureau of Investigation, fidelity, bravery, and integrity.
The participants of the program are high school juniors and seniors who have undergone a rigorous selection process. Students have to be in good academic standing and be seen as leaders inside and out of the classroom.
Some of the qualities that we look for in prospective student candidates for this program, we want them to be honest. We want them to be very candid with their comments and with their concerns. We want them to be overall, all around good students, students that feel that they have purpose in life. We want kids that are passionate about whatever it is that they're passionate about.
First of all, the students are phenomenal. The selection process is such that we have those students go through a process where they have to prepare an essay, and those essays are reviewed and those students are picked to participate in the program. So that's the first thing. The program wouldn't be successful without the great students that we have. They come very enthused, they come with curious minds, they ask excellent questions, and so they help make the program.
For some students, the program is an opportunity to learn a little more about law enforcement.
What intrigued me about the program initially was the amount of opportunities that you can see. The FBI just doesn't do in law enforcement. They do a multitude of things, such as at home and abroad, that you can definitely get involved in, which is really awesome.
Others see it as a stepping stone for their careers.
What intrigued me about this program is that it would provide me more experience into the FBI, what the FBI does, as well as getting experience with local law enforcement. I would be able to network with local FBI, local agencies, and it also intrigued me that we're going to be experiencing defensive driving and disarming people, as well as learning forensics and things like that.
The things that really intrigued me about the program was just the simple fact that it was already like a stepstone on the path that I was already looking for. FBI has been what I'm setting my sights on, has been for a few years now. Actually, my grandmother tried to join but failed the physical. But then I watched the video, I looked into the information a little more, and I liked the atmosphere and just the content of the program.
But to a few, it is a decision that is rooted in current events like the Parkland shooting.
The Parkland shooting has influenced me to take this because I think it's ridiculous that the shootings and massacres keep happening. I feel like it should have stopped when Sandy Hook happened, and the government should have realized that little kids are dying. Like, who's gonna be next?
The Youth Academy features speakers with different specialties and diverse career experiences that allow students to see elements of law enforcement that cannot be found in a traditional classroom. These speakers clear any false assumptions that the media may have created about law enforcement through inclusion and exclusion in television, film, or reporting. Many of the students become both enthralled and deeply impacted by the anecdotes that are shared.
Some of the speakers that we have come in are our professionals, our law enforcement professionals from not only the FBI but other law enforcement agencies, and they bring a wide range of experiences and perspectives that we want the kids to be exposed to.
I think the speakers bring them, these are folks who out in the field, they're doing the work, and so they bring them real-time experience, and they can convey to the students their actual work of what they're doing. And so I think the students get a lot of that because they get to ask questions, they also get to participate, and I think it's very helpful. It's very interactive.
My favorite speaker so far was probably Dr. Gregory Salters because he was able to keep all of us engaged. He got the quiet people to talk, he got everyone involved, and he gave some really good information.
One that was really strong and touching was when Special Agent Alexis came in talking about the child pornography and then also the molesters. Like, it makes you think about it. It's like we hear it all the time saying, oh yeah, a kid on the news got molested, she was 14 years old by this 35-year-old man. You don't think twice about it, it's like, oh yeah, another one of these. But now that after going in depth about it, like the whole figure about it, it really makes you think about and want to change that entire perspective.
The camps that had, or the courses that had the most impact on me included when we spoke to Special Agent Enriquez when he talked about the polygraphs and how he talked about hostage situations and how he was able to, he had to like speak to so many people and he had to like crack the case like with so many different, by speaking to so many different people, and how he gets to travel and do all these fun things.
Throughout the week, students engage in a wide assortment of activities. Activities include basic defensive tactics, fingerprinting, surveillance training, and emergency first aid.
Well, the activity that was the most like exciting and like fun for me would, I'd say, is the driving range and the skid cars, because like we were going like at really high speeds and like really tight turns, and like I felt like I could still be comfortable in the car because the drivers are both really experienced, and it was just like a lot of fun. It was like not something I would have like expected from like an educational like academy in a good way.
These activities allow for participants to understand how diverse law enforcement is, while engaging with different courses in a tactile manner.
Number one, each and every one of them have a different component to law enforcement, whether it's on local level or whether it's on national level. I believe that certain students got emotionally impact on the Captain Phillips case because they saw that the FBI wasn't portrayed within the movie, but they were still involved. They were still used by the Navy SEALs, they were still used by NCSI because of their expertise. Wow, what a different component about the Bureau. The Bureau's expertise is being asked to be used by others. Two, dealing with sex crimes. I believe that the speaker had spoken to them in a level that made them understand that they're not safe. Not to scare them, but to be aware and to understand that they are potential victims, but also the potential individuals that might save somebody from doing something wrong. So each of it was impactful in its own way.
As we have continued to develop this program and as it has continued to evolve, we know that one of those core pieces that we wanted to make sure that we kept in this program is those career opportunities, those viable options for them once they've completed high school and once they've gone off to college. You know, we hope that they are going to, through this experience, they're going to look back and say, you know what, this presented a perfect opportunity for me to think about going into a career in law enforcement.
This program has definitely opened my eyes to different opportunities than law enforcement and being on the field and whatnot, definitely with international relations and affairs and other topics as well.
Yesterday we were talking about hostage negotiations, which is something that it did sound really cool and something that I would like to look into, because I was previously into serial murder and perhaps terrorism, which were the main divisions that I was interested in, but the FBI Youth Academy has expanded my knowledge of what the FBI does and all the different divisions that I could go into.
The reason why this program is possible, it's because of partnerships, and that's so vital to what we do as an organization, is ensuring that we have those key partnerships with our with stakeholders.
Thanks to its partnership with Miami-Dade College, the FBI Youth Academy is able to create a more authentic experience for all students.
And so we are so grateful that Miami-Dade College, the North Campus here in South Florida, has been one of our longest standing partners. This upcoming year celebrates 12 years that we've been here at Miami-Dade College. Certainly we couldn't do it without them.
Miami-Dade College is the second largest institute for higher education in the United States. The program takes place at the college's North Campus, where its School of Justice is located. Many of South Florida's police officers and firefighters are trained at this location.
Our School of Justice provides tremendous support from faculty to staff to actual facilities, instructors. School of Justice has been a tremendous partner and resource asset in order to make this program worthwhile. So I can't say enough about what they've done and what they continue to do to make this program first class.
The other component to this is our Citizens Academy Alumni Association. They have been the backbone of this program. Without their support, without their passion, without their belief in the mission of the FBI, this program would not be available. And we really are grateful for those partnerships. And it's not only those two stakeholders, but we have other members from other law enforcement agencies that participate in this Summer Youth Academy. So we want kids to see when they're coming through this program that there are a number of key stakeholders in our community that's supporting these efforts, and so we're so grateful to be a part of that and to have such wonderful folks that are willing to share in this initiative.
The week of 2018's Youth Academy culminated in a special trip to the FBI Miami Division's office in Miramar, where the students were met by Special Agent in Charge Robert Lasky. Lasky talked about a wide range of topics, from his beginnings with the Bureau to career advice, while leaving room for questions. He answered every question in a frank and straightforward manner, regardless of the subject matter, keeping them constantly engaged.
Some of the things that have been going on in the school systems with the, unfortunately, with active shooter type of scenarios and the bullying that goes on in schools, we wanted to make sure that the program that we put forth for these youth, that it touches them right where they're at in the classroom. And so what you will see, what you've been seeing in our Summer Youth Academies for the past couple of years, is we have tried to tackle some of the issues that they are confronted with every day. And so we want them to be more vigilant. We'd like for them to be more aware of what's going on, but not only being more aware of what's going on, but knowing what to do in the event that something does take place.
I believe that the relevancy of the recent events in American history, as well as the Youth Academy, are sort of symbiotic, where they go hand in hand with each other. We now have the students working on a Brave Up program, taking responsibility, learning to see what the signs are, how to keep themselves safe, how to teach others what to look for and what to do.
You know, while the FBI and law enforcement in Parkland and had to do with the shooter, they did what they could, but there was more that could have been done sooner and possibly to prevent it. And I just feel like I want to do my part in preventing tragedies and atrocities like that.
The recent school shootings have influenced me because I want to make sure that schools are safe, and by becoming a law enforcement agent, I can make that happen.
The recent school shootings has definitely influenced me to kind of be in law enforcement or in the kind of the FBI, because there's definitely something we can do to prevent these with kind of the social media coverage and internet profiles and whatnot, and the more people that we have focusing on that kind of part of the FBI or world, the higher chances we have of preventing them in the future.